understanding that everyone has had a buff strength for a very long time.
This is again what I was saying before about like characters and like stories being written by obnoxious, annoying people. A lot of characters are written as if they are basically the teenage version of an unpleasant and annoying, like, kind of hipster person that was actually right about everything and their parents were wrong about everything. That's the way that a lot of these stories are written. I think Tosh is a great example of that with Dragon Age.
Many clear examples of games, series, and movies over the last 20 to 30 years of genuine strength. But it feels like there is a shift happening.
See how resets work, and how you could improve your reset by actively putting it down to the randomly add a bunch of things. Dropping
This is where I see the railing. Yes.
eventually agreed upon as legit, as you weren't invincible.
That's
Some
true.
zombies
State of Minnesota. In your opinion, how do you feel?
Afraid of unequivocally condemning the political violence because they know that part of their support comes from people that condone the violence. And I think that Luigi was the turning point with this, and it's just gotten worse and worse over time. We're not sure yet, but it seems that way. Like, the guy should get the fucking death penalty. I mean, that's it. I mean, it's that simple. You literally go, like, you're a literal fucking terrorist. It eludes so many people. And it's because they're afraid of alienating their extremist, their extremist supporters. That calls to violence online. These are things that already break. This is not the First Amendment. These are people that are breaking the law on the internet that go unpunished and eventually are radicalizing people like this. Was this a direct result? Maybe not. But some of the Tesla manifestos should be released to the public. I think it should just be used as police evidence. My concern is that what if the reason why the manifesto wasn't leaked is that it was inconvenient for the people who chose to keep it private?
Still in the area,
They
and
definitely
there
have
is
cameras
still a very, very active door knocking situation.
Discuss that because it's already certain, but the reality is that Hamas is a freaking intelligent. I mean, there it is. You aren't even debating the point made. No one's saying Hamas is not a terrorist. We're saying Israel is a terrorist state.
Is whether we can take away
what Asmongold is, and in
What
order to
I
do it,
am.
I'm going to give it retro engineering. What Asmongold is not is a political commentator, regardless of any given success in the space. He's a gamer who comments on politics. He's a gamer who provides commentary on politics, usually through the prism of the culture war. Comments on politics, you'll be able to understand how he can be based on perspective. He clearly doesn't have a background in political science, international economic theory, nor history, so he will act in those areas when he gives an opinion, and people should keep that in mind. If you're commenting on, say, economic policy, a full grasp, for instance, of the socio-economic underpinning of any given item in discussion will be required to have a complete picture and therefore come to a reasonable...
The videos, it happens constantly.
I agree. Sometimes he rolls a 1. In those cases, I'll go, no, I'm sorry, no. Although then again, to give credit to the man, he usually apologizes. Oh, good take, Asmongold, next. Ooh, Asmongold, that was pretty good.
Pretty base.
Now, for the analysis to be complete, usually when it comes to criticism towards Asmongold, this is twofold. On one side, we'll say it's a React channel section, and then
That's
on the other
true.
side, there is the accusation of Asmongold being a right-wing grifter. So, how about we deconstruct these, and I'll share with you my honest opinion.
That one time. I think that's reasonable.
Now let's talk about the moral aspect of this. I like being shook for a smaller channel, and I have the answer.
Oh.
Let's have a look at this channel, ladies and gentlemen. This channel is called The Background NPC.
What a
And
surprise.
we can see it's a channel with 112,000 subscribers.
Yep.
It's an analysis from when it comes to the data.
It's a trend.
The ball range of... It's an S. Still, I can see that. I can see that. I forgot to add my dislike. I'll add it later.
Yeah.
Base.
So true.
He's app-based. It's exactly what it is. It's a sermon. Indoctrinating crazy activists, and you tell me, look, I actually have gender dysphoria, like clinically proven, and you want me to use your preferred pronoun, I'll do it because you're being nice and you're asking me nicely. I won't say you've been cancelled, I'll say it to make a stand. I'll use the opposite pronoun in that case.
Honestly, super fair video. Like a lot of the stuff that he was talking about, I think he was... Uh-oh. Yeah, he's summoning? Yeah, I learned how to make those in middle school. I'm really good at making. I listened to enough, you know, like System of a Down and every other like fucking emo metal band. Visually, and I can tell just based off of the color of the syrup.
Color, weight,
Not even
print
kidding.
clarity, and even embedded features of real currency.
Serious.
Over time, they built this mental prototype or baseline of what authentic notes look like. So when
That's not true. It's just straight up not true.
Phase 5, narcissism, has hollowed out the archetype of the hero. We used to cheer for really good characters because they gave something up. Now we're just told to cheer because they represent some kind of demographic. The worst
Yeah, they represent a demographic, a social group, an idea, or some sort of viewpoint that is supposed to be seen as virtuous by the nature of its own existence. And I think that if you
heroes don't act like heroes at all. We warp our expectations of ourselves instead of learning how to be wise. And
this
the
is a big issue that happens on social media.
flaw that asking for help is a failure, real trial, and something you become, not something you declare. So the question becomes, what kind of strength are we trying to build in ourselves? And
Somebody didn't like you in high school or something like that. I do, and it sounds bad, but I do genuinely think that 95% of this is unresolved trauma. He cheated on his wife. It's all nonsense. I think that a lot of people are flawed, and I think that it's really important to, and this is one thing I
was imprisoned in that cave in Afghanistan. In fact, I'd argue that he had even less resources to work with terrorists watching his every move. But hey, why let facts and reality get in the way when there's a narrative that needs spinning? Unfortunately, by waiting until the 11th hour to actually
in Inglourious Basterds, and it was so good that it made him like a fucking immediate, instantaneous A-list actor. Right, instantly, and also he followed it up with really good roles too. You know who really got me fucked up about this was Tectone, because Tectone was going on about how much he likes
golden era of gaming. Everybody's gamer score was visible to the public.
their games, and like no Fortnite, no World of Warcraft, no Valorant, no League, and you have to play at this point. Now you have to play a new game.
How many Valorant skins you have. What they're gonna do is ask you, what's the better bowling game, Flintstones or Animaniacs? The correct answer, Tekken Tag Tournament.
Oh, nice.
Really hit the top rank on Valorant. That's gonna
Like playing online games feels like building a castle on sand. That's the way I feel, bro. Like I can't motivate myself to play online games like regularly.
ever. Just by completing the first mission of Marble Blast Ultra, you would have got 403 points.
Jeffrey Darabensky is a McGill University professor who studied...
Or the dude that's played through the entire campaign of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Iron Thunder on the hardest difficulty. When you see a car crash...
That's true, right? It absolutely is true.
It's because the people driving never played Project Gotham Racing. When you eat bad food, it's because the chef never played cooking.
The most annoying fucking stupid game I've ever seen in my entire life. For my DS, I got a DS kind of early. And I was like, it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Enemy up there!
Damn! Okay. Monkey. That dude. I remember, so like I was playing this game with my cousins, and